Kentucky Bushcraft 25 here. And I just wanted to give a tabletop review of the SOG machete. And just wanted to talk about it for a minute. I'm not the best bushcrafter in the world or outdoorsman, but I'm learning, and if I had to choose one item that I could take with me into the wilderness to survive, I would have to say it's my machete. And you have to have a decent machete, one that'll hold an edge, one made out of high carbon steel, full tang. It's got a pommel on the end. And the reason why is because these cheap machetes, like the ones Gerber makes, it have been popularized recently in the TV show The Walking Dead, and they're really not all that great. They look cool, but that's about it. They have they're not full tang, so after multiple strikes, they're going to weaken right in here, because that's where they're put together at. Actually, is right in here with some screws and bolts. And so I've seen those things taken apart before, and it's definitely not full tang. It doesn't even go maybe a couple inches into the handle. And anyways, people see all this stuff that I'm making, and they might think and say, well, that stupid redneck, and why didn't he just go buy stuff, you know? Well, I could go buy an Nalgene water bottle. I could go buy, you know, other things that I have made, like the gun holster and the bag that I made, and the hobo stove and all that stuff. I could go buy all that stuff, and some of the stuff I already have. But the thing about bushcraft is it's not about what you can buy. It's about self-reliance and learning how to be self-reliant in the woods, learning how to be able to use what resources you have to live. And it's kind of a sport, you know, a competition to see what you can do, you know, push the limits of your mind with the materials around you, and basically survive, make your life more comfortable, etc. And so my goals for this year are to become more self-reliant, and I'm going to learn. I mean, I know how to do it, but I want to get proficient at being able to start a fire without matches or lighter. That's my main goal this year for 2013. I want to be able to use a hand drill and a base and start a fire and do it proficiently. I've seen people on the YouTube be able to do it in just, you know, under a couple minutes, and that's not editing the video. That is getting the stuff out, sitting down with the camera, and there's no stopping the camera. You know, there's no editing. It's just straight up video, and within a couple of minutes, they've got the fire going. And it's not about you know, well, he's just lucky. No, it's about the person has practiced, the person has the right materials, and he knows what he's doing. And that's what I've been working on in the past few weeks, is gathering up the right materials, because some of that stuff is not an emergency, you can just pick it up in the woods type situation. You have to prepare for it. You have to have a dry piece of wood for the base, and you have to have a dry piece of wood for the spindle, and you have to know what kind of woods to get, because you just can't grab two pieces of wood and start rubbing them together. It's about knowing your environment in the area that you live. What kind of woodlands do you live in? What kind of, nature, whatever you have. You get what I'm saying. What kind of region do you live in? And knowing your area well enough to be able to survive in that environment. So, anyways, I really like this, the new SOG machete. So, go out and get you one. Sawback, high carbon steel. It's got a pommel, full tang. It's got polymer grip with polymer handle with textured grip, and holds an edge, chops, saws, does whatever. The only thing I do want to do is right here at the end, I want to drill a hole somewhere around in here, and that way I can put a bolt through there that I can carry with me. And if I want to saw something, and my son is with me or somebody else, and we want to saw down a log, 3 or 4 inches across, instead of one person, you get somebody on that end with holding the bolt with 2 hands, one on each side, and then the other person holding the handle, and you can go back and forth, and it'll be like a 2-man saw. That's the only modification I'm going to do to it. I might put some paracord around the handle too, but that's in the future. But for now, it's great. The sheath sucks. I will say that. I've had it for a couple of days, and I've already torn up the sheath, so it's junk. I'll be looking at my friend Chris Limp and his fantastic skills at making Kydex sheaths in the future to be making me a sheath for this. So, alright, peace, love, chicken grease. Questions, comments, snide remarks.